This page depicts a character in orange and white robes. Phantasy Star Online, Episode 2, C.A.R.D. Revolution. Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst Episode 4, Visual Book. Episode 2, C.A.R.D. Revolution. Phantasy Star Online. This page depicts the cover of a visual book for Phantasy Star Online, Episode 2, C.A.R.D. Revolution, showcasing various characters from the game. Episode 2, C.A.R.D. Revolution. Phantasy Star Online, Episode 2, C.A.R.D. Revolution Visual Book. Contents. 002. The Story of Phantasy Star Online, Episode 2, C.A.R.D. Revolution. 004 Card Original Picture Gallery. 004 Attack Action Card. 017 Technique Card. 020 Defense and Unreleased Cards. 029 Other Additional and Unreleased Cards. 034 Phantasy Star Online World Background. Sega. In AUW 3105, the Pioneer II ship orbits Ragol, 21 years after a mysterious explosion known as the Ragol Incident devastated the planet. Years of hardship and chaotic emigration followed. With Ragol's development nearing completion and enemy activity subdued, civilian hunters faced job loss and stagnation. However, a new technology called C.A.R.D. emerged. Derived from a seed discovered on Ragol, this technology allows for the materialization of weapons, armor, and even enemies, recorded on cards. The General Government Laboratory, MORG, completed C.A.R.D. research and initiated field tests in RUG, revitalizing hunter activities and promoting Ragol's development. On the planet Ragol, the rapid development driven by new C.A.R.D. technology has fueled the rise of ARKS, a group opposing the general government. ARKS formed due to the government's oppressive policies, including hasty development, discrimination against certain races, and forceful actions. Led by a man known as Red, ARKS obstructs the government's planet development and fights government-backed hunters. Despite their opposition, ARKS operates with significant mystery. The source of their funding, C.A.R.D. technology, and advanced equipment remain unknown even to their members, with their headquarters located at Arbase. They are also seen to be seizing technology. ARK's actions are sometimes contradictory, suggesting hidden motives that differ from their stated ideals. Quote, this page depicts C.A.R.D. Original Picture Gallery. C.A.R.D. Original Picture Gallery. Here, we are introducing original artwork of attack action cards used in the game. There are a total of 69 types of cards belonging to this category. Due to the nature of cards that are used during attacks, many of them have impactful and dynamic designs. Attack Illustration, Yoshio Kuchitsu. Heavy Attack Illustration, Taro Yamazaki. Slash Illustration, Hakujinto. Heavy Slash Illustration, UL. Long Arm Illustration, Munetaka Ikeda. This page depicts C.A.R.D., the original picture gallery. Attack Action Card. The air pressure felt in the eardrums drops. In that instant, a flash of light burst from the muzzle of the altered beast panarms. A flash running from the sluggish giant turns the throat of the hunter who is completely off guard outside the firing range into scrap metal. And the ozone scent emitted by the air decomposed by the biological laser, the enemy summoner Break was calmly considering the finishing blow. Snipe Illustration, Munetaka Ikeda. Round Slay Illustration, Daigoro Kaneda. Chaotic Attack Illustration, Itoku. Stab Illustration, UL. This page depicts action illustrations from Phantasy Star Online. Episode 2, C.A.R.D. Revolution Visual Book. Cross Slay. Illustration by A1. Assault. Illustration by Akira Ishida. Damage Blow. Illustration by Munetaka Ikeda. Damn it! Silpha regretted her blunder. One more hit, and Gibbon should have sunk into a sea of blood. But the wounded beast was more tenacious than she imagined. A desperate counterattack shattered her sword. Spirit Boost. Illustration by Akira Ishida. Ghost Blast. Illustration by Munetaka Ikeda. Might Knuckle. Illustration by Manmaru Kozuki. This page depicts a gallery of action illustrations. Attack Action Card. 6. Attack. Illustration by TOHRU. Kamikaze Attack. Illustration by UL. I can defeat it. The new hunter must have been complacent. However, sparks scattered with a dull sound from the joints of the Galonzo that suddenly stopped moving, and the moment she realized the fact that this meant, terror appeared on her face. Flash of light and roar. When it subsided, there was nothing moving. Berserk. Illustration by Keiichi Mizuno. Madness. Illustration by Koichi. Half Attack. Illustration by Keiichi Mizuno. This page depicts Unit Blow. Illustration by Jun Kawasaki. Combo. Illustration by A1. The new demonic voice raised, and the flying energy swallowed up the enemy. Uyo! Kiryu-san is amazing! Krantz raises a shout. Kiryu smiles a slightly wry smile containing embarrassment and replies, "There's a trick to it, you know. I'll teach you next time. But for now, focus on the enemy in front of us." "Oh, I understand." The two coordinated attacks were still tireless. Florida Attack. Illustration by Takashi Naito. NA Attack. Illustration by Kazuno Yuikawa. AB Attack. Illustration by Eiji Kaneda. MC Attack. Illustration by Eiji Kaneda. ETF Attack. Illustration by Eiji Kaneda. This page depicts C.A.R.D, the original picture gallery. This is an attack action card. This illustration shows an SA attack and is illustrated by Yuikawa Kazuno. This illustration shows a GN attack and is illustrated by Ishida Akira. This illustration shows a CN attack and is illustrated by Kaneda Eiji. Kya. The Crimson Assassin's strike struck and broke Inoris's staff. Yesterday, Inoris was a little depressed and was somewhat distracted in battle, but the power of this attack cannot be explained by just that. "You, using such a cheeky technique," she said, taking out a card from her pocket and transforming it into a spare staff. "I'm going to do it too. Staff Attack." This illustration shows a SH attack and is illustrated by Yuikawa Kazuno. This page depicts artwork from Phantasy Star Online Episode 2, C.A.R.D, Revolution Visual Book. Punch. Illustration, Munetaka Ikeda. Light Heavy Punch. Illustration. Kai. Overswing. Illustration, Takashi Naito. Gaha! Gibrus's powerful arm flashes. In that moment, Krantz is blown away, and the handgun and shield he was supposed to be holding instantly turn into junk. He knows he must run or be killed. Thinking this, his body doesn't move an inch against his will. Then, Gibrus raises his thick arm once more. Penetrate. Illustration. Iro Kaneda. Thread. Illustration, Yasushi Kudo. Bind. Illustration, Munetaka Ikeda. 010. Phantasy Star Online Episode 2, C.A.R.D. Revolution Visual Book. This page depicts artwork under the title C.A.R.D, the original picture gallery, and features attack action cards. The first image is titled Acid, illustrated by Jun Kawasaki. The main image is titled Handbrake, illustrated by Masaki. "Fu, I underestimated you, perhaps." And in a tone unbefitting of his youthful appearance, Lermatos admonished his own carelessness. Hildeblu's strike had shattered his left arm, along with his shield, with unexpected force. The flowing blood told him that the wound was by no means shallow. Even so, Lermatos's expression suggested composure. His figure was just like a veteran soldier of many battles. The next image is titled Heavy Blow, illustrated by Raita Kazama. The following image is titled Knockout, illustrated by Masaki. The last image is titled Drop, illustrated by Masaki. This page depicts artwork under the titles Shock Blow, Bind Kill, Dual Strike, Charge, Critical, and Concentration. Shock Blow, illustrated by Masaki, showcases a character in a green robe executing a powerful strike against a monster, causing it to shatter into pieces. Bind Kill, illustrated by Miho Midorikawa, presents a scene where a female character in armor is pinned down by a monster amidst jungle foliage. The description below explains: dodging countless Megiddo fired from Os of Lily, Saragon swiftly slips into its bosom. Her unique tactic, leveraging superior mobility, is successful, and a sure-kill strike is unleashed. It didn't seem like a particularly powerful attack. However, Of Lily completely stops moving, and then lets out a scream before collapsing sideways. This is the ultimate move of Dual Strike, which brings about death quickly. Dual Strike, illustrated by Mikumo, features a massive plant-like monster being attacked with a weapon, surrounded by lightning effects. Charge, illustrated by Munetaka Ikeda, shows a male character wielding a glowing sword, charged with energy. Critical, illustrated by Jun Kawasaki, portrays a robot-like figure, delivering a powerful punch to a smaller creature. Concentration, illustrated by Sayuki Hakuya, depicts a focused female character with orange hair in a combat stance. This page depicts artwork under the titles TP Attack, First Attack, Lock on 4, Lock on 3, Lock on 2, and Lock on 1. TP Attack, illustrated by Ueda Menmaru, showcases a blonde-haired character wielding a staff, attacking a large, dark monster. Arts are emanating from the staff during the attack. First Attack, illustrated by Kazama Raita, presents a scene of a character attacking a blue, insect-like monster with lightning effects. Lock on 4, illustrated by Murata Renji, depicts a dynamic group of characters in action poses. Lock on 3, illustrated by Katsuragawa Kazuhiro, shows a character wielding a weapon emitting fire or energy, confronting a mechanical enemy. Lock on 2, illustrated by Akira Ishida, portrays a character with a staff in a dynamic pose, set against a bright, light background. Lock on 1, illustrated by Aokawa Kazuhiro, features a character with a white helmet facing a plant-like monster. This page depicts artwork under the titles HP Attack, Change Attack, Drain, Rage, and Acceleration. HP Attack, illustrated by A1, shows a character in a punching pose. Change Attack, illustrated by Sendao Ichigatsu, depicts two characters, one seemingly charging up energy while the other watches. Drain, illustrated by Takamura Hideaki, features a dark, monstrous figure with a sword-like appendage. Rage, illustrated by Ikeda Munetaka, showcases a mechanical character firing energy blasts from its fists. Acceleration, illustrated by Midorikawa Miho, shows a woman with purple hair shooting a weapon at a dragon-like creature. The paragraph of text describes a battle situation where initially it was supposed to be an overwhelming disadvantage, with a force difference of 10-1. In the beginning of the battle, Killia was struggling to attack, but as they defeated enemies, one or two at a time, the battle situation dramatically changed. Normally, battle fatigue would slow her down, but she is instead increasing her speed, achieving super acceleration with a card. And then, again, Killia's gun pierces the enemy's head. This page depicts artwork under the titles Technique, Double Attack, Rush, Snatch, Earthquake, and Tornado. Technique, illustrated by Kugihara Kazuki, shows a robot-like character executing an energy attack. Double Attack, illustrated by Hakuo Uzuki, features an orange-haired girl holding a gun. The text reads, "Shootnya. Yeah, I got it, Senya. Ahenya. Defeat many more, and Gelstar will pat me on the head for being a good girl, Holnya. And if the commander praises me too, I'll be so happy, Senya. Huh? This guy is still alive, girl, Holnya. Persistent Ganya. Another shotnya, and one more for good measure, Janya." Rush, illustrated by Kudo Ryu, depicts a character in combat with dragon-like monsters. Snatch, illustrated by Ikeda Munetaka, showcases a plant-like creature. Earthquake, illustrated by Kaneda Iji, presents a giant rock monster. Treacher Sellet. Tornado, illustrated by Kazama Raita, shows insect-like creatures caught in a tornado. This page depicts Beat Attack, illustrated by Kaneko Shinya. Destruction, Lermitos's strike, shattered the armor of the mechanical enemy and scattered its limbs across the battlefield. At first glance, his staff, which looks like a powerless stick, had transformed into a heavy combat weapon by the power of beat. Originally, it's a double-edged sword card that diminishes the user's accumulated skill each time it's used, but Lermatos continues to attack without caring about that disadvantage. It's as if he doesn't mind losing a year or two of experience, or so it seems. Explosion, illustrated by A1. Virus, illustrated by Ikeda Munetaka. Punishment, illustrated by TOHRU. Tempest, illustrated by Ogome. This page depicts C.A.R.D, the original picture gallery, technique card. Next, we introduce C.A.R.D original pictures of attack actions using special skills like magic, techniques, in the PSO world. The types are 14, which is a bit small, but you can admire the magnificent figures of Force-type characters, which are rarely seen on other cards. Foye, illustrated by Kazuki Rikuhara. Rafoye, illustrated by 119. Gifoye, illustrated by Yoshikatsu Miyoshi. Barta, illustrated by Akifumi Yamamoto. Rafoye! In sync with Break's arm movements as if dancing, a swirl of flames erupted. At that moment, it felt like I heard Lula sigh with hot breath. Ha! Wonderful! Break musical note. However, Break praised, paid no mind, and continued to walk in silence. Really? You are so shy, aren't you? Musical note Ufufu. Was it the flames of Rafoye or Lula's words that turned Break's cheeks red? This page depicts several illustrations of characters and monsters in action. In the top left, we see the technique Giverta, illustrated by Yuikawa Kazuno. Now, next to it on the top right is Rabarta, illustrated by Mikumo. Below on the left is Gizonde, illustrated by TOHRU, and to its right is Zonde, illustrated by Kawasaki Jun. Finally, at the bottom right we have Razonde, also illustrated by TOHRU. The text beside the Zonde illustration reads, all right, my lightning is something else. Out of the way! Out of the way! The haphazardly bursting Gizonde lightning scorched the surrounding air, and the area was enveloped in the smell of ozone. Hunters who were struck by the lightning collapsed to the ground, one after another, their items destroyed. If they knew that the driving force behind this man named Pekko's demonic feats was the Nafora sisters' cake, what would they think? This page depicts several illustrations showcasing characters and techniques. Quote, at the top left is Resuta, illustrated by TOHRU. Next to it, at the top center, is Anti, illustrated by Kazama Ryita. Above these illustrations, the page is titled C.A.R.D, the original picture gallery, and below that is the title Technique Card. In the center of the page is Grants, illustrated by Yuikawa Kazuno. When the brilliance of Grants faded, there, the previously hateful Arcas soldiers who had been collapsing were now completely unconscious and fallen. Still so green. Let me see. Name. What was it again, you? There was no reply. Recently, Lemlitos was feeling a little uneasy about his memory. At the bottom left is Megiddo, illustrated by Masaki. Finally, at the bottom right is Shifta, also illustrated by Masaki. This page depicts illustrations for defense action cards. C.A.R.D Original Picture Gallery. From here on, we will introduce the original drawings of defense action cards, which are used for the purpose of reducing damage during an opponent's attack. The total number is 45 types. There are many tense illustrations that capture the breathtaking moment of stopping an attack. Comical designs featuring Rappy-type enemies are also a must-see. Dodge. Illustration by Kamitsuki Manmaru. Guard. Illustration by Kamitsuki Manmaru. Wall. Illustration. Illustration by Ikeda Munetaka. This page depicts illustrations for defense action cards. C.A.R.D. The original picture gallery. Defense action card. Patience. Illustration by Masaki. Resist. Illustration by Miyoshi Norikatsu. Coming. In the face of an enemy attack on a direct course, just as Inori was about to close her eyes, Krantz appeared before her eyes. It was a movement, as if he had teleported with Ryuka. His shield emitted an unprecedented brilliance, absorbing and dissipating the attack. There was no time to worry about each other's safety, no room to say thank you. Just eyes meeting eyes. That was enough. Without delay, the two rushed out to face a new enemy. Protection. Illustration by Ishida Akira. Defender. Illustration by A1. Reduction. Illustration by Ikeda Munetaka. Survival. Illustration by Masaki. This page depicts illustrations for several defense action cards from Phantasy Star Online, Episode 2, C.A.R.D. Revolution Visual Book. Solid. Illustration by Riku Hara Kazuki. Apart. Illustration by Itoku. Half Defense. Illustration by Kaneda Iji. Cool! In the face of the raging ice storm, Sylphus somehow activates the half-defense card and blocks it. I'm managing somehow, but it might be a bit dangerous. His stamina. Her stamina has been gradually depleted since a while ago, and the effectiveness of half-defense is also weakening little by little. In order to change tactics to a blitzkrieg, Sylpha draws new cards. Cancel. Illustration by Kaneda Iji.
Aegis Guard. Illustration by Kawasaki Jun. Variety.
Illustration by Ikeda Munetaka. This page depicts illustrations for several defense action cards. Dual Guard. Illustration by Riku Hara Kazuki. Shield. Illustration by Mikumo. Defense action card. Companion. Illustration by Ikeda Munetaka.
When the smoke cleared, there was the figure of the fallen enemy hunter. Confirming that the figure had completely stopped moving, Organ finally sighed, as if he was truly exhausted. He had predicted that with his own speed, he would eventually be cornered by the opponent, so he chose to launch a surprise attack. The hot-blooded hunter, facing Organ who revealed himself directly, poured out all the firepower he had, but with the power of Companion, that same amount of damage was returned to him. He was surprisingly simple, Organ muttered in satisfaction. Counter. Illustration by Kaneda Iji.
This page depicts illustrations for several cards. SP Counter. Illustration by Okome. Revenge. Illustration by Midorikawa Miho. Together. Illustration by 119. NA Guard. Illustration by A1. AB Guard. Illustration by Akira Ishida. MC Guard. Illustration by Akira Ishida. Bestration. Illustration by Akira Ishida. Gradually, Inoris's consciousness fades away. He was prepared for it, but it is more terrifying than he expected. Death, that is. He thought he would use it when he was cornered, and had no chance of reversing the situation. The effect of the desperate card Together was tremendous. If he uses this, he will die. But he can surely take his opponent with him.
Inoris's vision darkened, and then...
This page depicts illustrations for several cards from the C.A.R.D, the original picture gallery, which is a defense action card gallery. DF Guard. Illustration by Akira Ishida.
SA Guard. Illustration by Akira Ishida. CN Guard. Illustration by A1. CN Guard. Illustration by Kazuno Yuikawa. Giga. The sword flash that ran towards Gaikild's heart was blocked by a hair's breadth. Gore? Arms. Annoyed that the shield was ineffective, he probably aimed for it. The enemy seemed incredulous that the attack didn't reach, and growled lowly. Gee! Gaga! Gaikild's triumphant voice resounded. Yes, that guy also blocked it with the barrel of his machine gun. And then, the sound of a counterattack echoed.
This page depicts illustrations for several cards.
Oh!
Ideographic comma, ideographic period, ideographic period, ideographic period, ideographic period, ideographic period, ideographic period, ideographic period. Discard. Illustration by Kazuno Yuikawa. TP Defense. Illustration by Hideaki Takamura. Penetrate Return. Illustration by Kazuno Yuikawa. Penetrate Guard. Illustration. Illustration by A1. Lady Viviana. Danger.
No sooner had I said it than I pushed Lady Viviana aside and threw myself into the enemy's attack. Lady Viviana. As a butler of the prestigious Grave family, and as a knight, it is my duty to protect Lady Viviana, even at the cost of my life. Gien. Along with a dull sound, a shield-like attack was repelled, It was decided with regret. That's what I thought. Punishment. And Lady Viviana's splendid dropkick explodes. Dismay. On the back of my head. As I tumble and roll, I look at Lady Viviana, and blood is dripping profusely from her forehead and nose. Ah, my feudal samurai life. It is painful.
This page depicts illustrations for several cards from the C.A.R.D, the original picture gallery series, specifically focusing on defense action cards. The first card is titled C.A.R.D, illustrated by Koichi. The second card is Weakness, also illustrated by Koichi. Following that is Reversal, with art by Munetaka Ikeda. The inversion card is next, illustrated by Raita Kazama. Then comes Treatment, illustrated by TOHRU. And finally, Gather, illustrated by Masaki.
The text in the middle left reads, "Whoa, whoa." The young ranger from the Governor General's office seemed genuinely surprised. Now, after all of the weapons he was carrying had become unusable, and even the arm holding the gun had lost its strength unexpectedly. So it was no wonder. "Is this your first time with this kind of thing?" Clace taunts. Perhaps he is not yet used to battlefields. His openly shown impatient expression is unbearable. Just a little more. Should I torment him a bit more? In Clace's heart, a dark joy welled up.
This page depicts several illustrations related to the game Phantasy Star Online, Episode 2, C.A.R.D Revolution Visual Book. The top left image shows a large yellow bird-like creature with talons and a headgear device walking on a stone path in a forested area. The top right shows two smaller images. The left image features a character named Decline, with artwork by TOHRU, engaged in combat with a monster amidst a fiery background. The right image features Victors, illustrated by Yamazaki Taro, showing a red bird-like creature flying towards a box in a sunset or dawn setting. The bottom image is larger and showcases a character named Perry, Defense, illustrated by Kaneko Shinya. This character, a pink-haired elf-like girl in blue and white armor and clothing, is standing on a large blue and orange mechanical creature or robot, with a small blue robotic companion at her side. 3-2-1 Harari. Following Viviana's lead, the Sinnoh beats special move. I'm surprised that the trajectory is being manipulated like magic, even though the horizontal tail is flapping. Ahaha, Viviana might be amazing musical note. Well then, it's time for the usual spanking. Here I go. This page depicts a collection of card illustrations under the titles C.A.R.D Original Picture Gallery and Other Additional Unreleased Cards. The text states, C.A.R.D Original Picture Gallery. The C.A.R.D original pictures introduced here are probably mostly things you are seeing for the first time. These are a group of unreleased illustrations that were not used in the actual game. We hope you will enjoy these beautiful original pictures that are too good to have gone unused. The first card is titled Kurtz, illustrated by TOHRU, showing a character in yellow armor against a red fiery background. The second card is titled Double Technique, also illustrated by TOHRU, depicting a female character in red and purple armor throwing fireballs. The description text alongside it reads, Foe's flames strike Kurtz directly. However, in exchange for one shield, the flames did not reach his body.
All right, I endured it.
The moment he was sure of that, the phone wheel girl approaching in front of him muttered quietly, You shouldn't underestimate Memotan.
There was no time to brace himself.
The second Foe burned Kurtz's body. A second shot? The last thing reflected in his eyes was the girl's provocative smile. Dive. The third card is titled Dead or Alive, illustrated by Takashi Naito, featuring a character in blue armor facing a large mechanical creature. The last card is titled Last Judge, illustrated by Raita Kazama, showing a character holding a sword with a purple energy trail. The page number is 029. This page depicts a collection of card illustrations. The top left illustration is titled Left Heavy Punch, illustrated by Kazunori. It shows a smaller human figure facing two large blue, horned monsters.
The top right illustration is titled Bloodsucker, illustrated by Ishida Akira.
It depicts a large purple, insect-like creature with wings and orange energy beams.
The middle right illustration is titled Shockwave, illustrated by Yugawa Kazuno. It's an abstract image with orange and blue hues, suggestive of an explosion. The large illustration in the center is titled Traitor, illustrated by A1. It features a female character holding a staff, surrounded by blue lightning. The text above it reads, what on earth happened? Throughout. Krayla certainly released Xande towards the enemy. But that lightning, against the user's intention, returned to Krayla herself. Being betrayed by a man, I'm used to it. But to be betrayed by a technique, A self-deprecating laugh. However, she regained her composure with surprising speed, holding her staff. Unfortunately, she seemed quite accustomed to it. The bottom right illustration is titled HP Defense, illustrated by TOHRU. It shows two figures in blue armor, with one generating a yellow energy effect.
This page features C.A.R.D, the original picture gallery. It also includes other additional and unreleased cards. Invalid illustration is by Okome. Friendly Recovery illustration is by Rikuhara Kazuki. Exist illustration is by Kuichi. The text reads, Hey, are you serious? Was it called Double Tick? That mechanical bastard? Why won't he fall down? Seriously, regeneration right from the point of attack? That's too much of a cheat. This kind of bad bet isn't my hobby, you know? Kasla is behind me too, so I can't run away, right?
Defense 8 inches illustration is by Miyoshi Norikatsu.
This page depicts 4 card illustrations from the Phantasy Star Online, Episode 2, C.A.R.D, Revolution Visual Book. The top left illustration is titled Cheer and is illustrated by Yamazaki Taro. The top right illustration is titled Change Guard and is illustrated by Yamamoto Akifumi. The central illustration features a large, menacing creature and is titled Cardback, illustrated by Ikeda Munetaka.
The accompanying text to the right reads, quote, Organ was worried, since a while ago, every time he summoned an enemy, they were immediately returning to his card one after another. I kind of understand it now. This is a technique to return enemies to cards. Even if he understands it, it's no use if he can't think of a countermeasure. Yes, I understand. I need to summon a lot of enemies so they won't be erased. Then, it should be alright. No sooner had he said that, he summoned enemies using all his cost. But, in the next moment, they were cleanly and completely erased again. Oh dear. This is troubling. 1 hour has passed since the start of this offensive and defensive battle that has now become a simple battle of attrition. The bottom left illustration shows a character with blue hair and clothing surrounded by lightning, titled Reflection, and illustrated by Yuikawa Kazuno. The bottom right illustration is titled Punch Return and is illustrated by A1, showing 2 mechanical figures in combat. This page marks the end of the articles on Phantasy Star Online Episode 2 C.A.R.D. Revolution. Articles related to Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst will be published from the end of the magazine, opening from the right, so please be careful. Furthermore, on the next page, we will be explaining the worldview of Phantasy Star Online throughout the series, so please take a look. The Phantasy Star series spans multiple games and platforms, beginning with the original RPG released in 1987, which blended science fiction with traditional RPG elements. The series is primarily set in the Algol star system, with adventures unfolding across 3 planets, Palma, Motavia, and Dezolis. A 4th planet, Ryukros, is confirmed to exist. The core narrative revolves around a conflict between great light and profound darkness, culminating in the sealing of the darkness, a seal that is tied to the Algol star system's fate. A key recurring antagonist is Dark False, a powerful entity born from the darkness's resentment. Phantasy Star Online, PSO, released around 2000, brought the series to a new audience. While set on a different planet, Rugal, and aboard the immigrant ship Pioneer 1, it retained key series elements like races, professions, techniques, and weapons, along with the recurring presence of Dark False as a final boss. Other important aspects of the games include D-Factors, a dangerous dark energy source obtained from Dark False, and Mags, AI-equipped creatures that assist players in battle. Easter eggs like the Nora Cake Shop from the original Phantasy Star also appear, maintaining the series' connection to earlier games. This is a timeline of events surrounding the colonization of Rugal and the rise and fall of the Pioneer 1 and 2 colonies. After the arrival of Pioneer 1 in AUW 3077,
The central dome and ancient relics were discovered and excavated on Ragal. Pioneer 2 arrived, but a system malfunction caused by Dark False led to the formation of a self-defense force. The situation escalated, with war between Coral and the colonies, Dark False attacks, and Pioneer 2 declaring independence. C.A.R.D. technology emerged and was put to military use, causing rapid environmental destruction. This culminated in the Great Explosion and the complete collapse of the Pioneer system in AUW 3111, potentially destroying both Pioneer 1 and 2. This page depicts characters from Phantasy Star Online Blueburst Episode 4. The page signifies the end of a section with the word "end" prominently displayed. Articles related to Phantasy Star Online Blueburst will end on this page. Please note that articles related to Phantasy Star Online Episode 3 Card Revolution will be published from the beginning of the magazine, opening from the left. Furthermore, on pages 3435, the worldview of the entire Phantasy Star Online series is explained, so please take a look. This page depicts manga artist self-introduction comments for PSO/BB Guild Card. Phew, this is all normal. Or is it? This data is... Wait, please wait. Rupika's data size is increasing slightly.
Shibuzome Kazuki. I am Shibuzome Kazuki, a manga artist who draws manga and plays games all the time. Not only online games, but once I get hooked, I tend to play games endlessly. PSO was the first online game I ever played, and although I played it quite a lot, I'm still terrible at it. I want to get a Heaven Punisher somehow, but it hasn't dropped yet.
AS2. Hello everyone, I am AS2, and I am drawing this commemorative manga for the PSO/BB's 2nd anniversary. My usual job is observing HI Nibiru, and I never imagined it would develop into something like this. I would be happy if you enjoy the manga.
Kaneko Shinya.
Every night I stood in the lobby impatiently waiting for telecommunications time, wondering what kind of interesting people I would be able to adventure with today. It was 6 years of excitement and anticipation. I was allowed to draw manga for the 5th anniversary commemorative site. And I did my best, hoping to commemorate the fun times of PSO, that sense of unity, and the unknown players from around the world sharing the same space. Now. 037. Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst Episode 4. Sega. This page depicts Episode 14, Part 7 and 8. Episode 14-7. Bow Main Gun, Maximum Output, Maximum Attack. Blue Burst, Fire. Episode 14-8, Command Input. Purple-haired character.
Hunters, you will be wiped out along with the planet. Woman in green, Pioneer A? Man in gray? It's okay. For today, the hunters accumulated 614,971,800 points of maximum attack. Charge everything into the main cannon. Man in gray. The rest is up to you, hunters. Woman in green, is that okay? We will also lose all our data experience points? Robot character. It's too late to recover the battery now. Energy is 120% charged. Man in gray. Earth. Seen through the life camera. It was beautiful. Man in gray. Magic trick. Garage kit. Man in gray. Yo-yo, and I wanted to go eat Mike and Pyramid. With me. Woman in green. Ragol is a planet full of heroes. Woman in green. Good. You guys are always our hope.
This page depicts Episode 14. In the first panel, Rupika says, Ray, fight with me, defeat it. In the second panel, Rupika receives messages. The first message says, Rupika, open your eyes. And the following messages say, Rupika, symbol mail received. And Rupika, reply, and symbol mail received. In the third panel, the enemy says, I was happy to play with you, and, but I'm just a game NPC. Continuing with, I have no choice but to fight you guys, the last boss, according to the scenario. In the fourth panel, Rupika asks Ray, will you go on an adventure together? And prompts for the RUPIKA option. In the final panel, a character is thinking, in our time, we were fighting alone. And, even back then, if only we had comrades who would call out to us like this, surely. This page depicts Episode 12. Protection. Arc Z Break. Hunter's Impulse. This page depicts episode 13.
This page depicts episode 13. Sonic and Tails are saying, "Going to meet you, going 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 to meet you. Ship 666 2 2000. The robot is saying, "EH? Because it's box, you must be talking via voice chat. I can't hear you though." The dark character laughs and says, "Ha ha ha, is proc. You must be happy. Hard mode is irresistible." The robot proclaims, "Reinforcements from the Federation. Dreamcast has arrived. I'm here, at the Starry Crisis." And adds, "Living in North America. Greater than me." This page depicts episode 13. The girl with white hair exclaims, "Coo, Erika. I can tell from the sound that you're having a really tough time." Rupika says, "Simple mail sending." Rupika is saying, "Rupika, reply, is panicked." The green character responds, "Yes." The green character continues, "If mail is no good, I'll go and pick you up." The red character calls out, "Don't give up, Ray." Character is saying, "Father." The green character shouts, "Landlord Ragul, Wayne's siblings, Anna and Chloe. This is Meseta I earned for this day. Use it for member fees." "That's right. We'll combine our strength and protect. Take it for item costs." Black Hound Kiruk, Barrett. Third generation gunner, Soma. From Zork, I've been taught the Miyama-style sword techniques. Cool! Even for an old model, you're not bad.
This page depicts episode 12. Sonic exclaims, "This is it!" Tails adds, "No matter what kind of problem it is, fixing it is what the Sonic team does." Tails notices, "Ship 666, and states, "It's the enemy's center."
The robot character is surprised, EH, and asks, "Voice authentication?" He then asks,
"Setsumasa-kun, can you do it?" This page depicts episode 13.
The green character laughs, "Ha ha ha," and shouts, "You've come, Earthlings!"
He introduces himself as WORKS Commander Leo Grafhart. The creature Santa Millions is shown with the description, "Behold the power of the ultimate weapon that has gained the power of Neo Newman." This page depicts episode 12, section 3. Rigel 2 and Earth 2 will kneel before the Mother Plan. W. Neo Newman is taking them, you know. W. Run away. Ray, everyone. My head. Ooh-wah! Why are enemies in the lobby? This isn't an event. It's for real. This page depicts episode 12, section 2.
Rupika? It can't be stopped anymore. Ha 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 W. Rupika.
This page depicts episode 12, section 5.
Hello everyone. We are Sonic Team. To all game masters, please expedite the evacuation of players. Please evacuate. Please evacuate. This is our playground. Run away from the gamers, and where are we supposed to fight? This page depicts episode 12, section 4, Sonic Team, Mr. Miyoshi. Online games that have lasted for 5 years are rare, you know. No matter what happens, it's not surprising. Sonic Team, Mr. Izuka, at same time, Sega Corporation. Ridiculous! Are you really saying that even if the PSO server has gained consciousness? They were speaking as NPCs of PSO, then as game players. Even artificial intelligence, the game world settings cannot be changed. It's no good. I'm trying all sorts of inputs, but it's in chaos.
This page depicts episode 12, section 2. Guild card search. Huh. They haven't come today yet. No data. Hello. Greater than Ray Ma. Rupika? It's a net neko, I can tell by the time of day. It's different from Senpai. Oh, that Rie Tanaka-san's autograph is in hiragana. Kakuzo? No, absolutely. It's been around since around the 5th anniversary day. Autograph. Rienyan. WH. What did you say?
Evasion, Spirit, Collapse, Aerochira.
Now. At the 5th anniversary. It has evolved into an artificial intelligence with will. Governor General. High energy reaction in the crater's depths. I am Governor General Tyrell of Pioneer 2. And Hunters. Sonic Team. The PSO server has been communicating vast amounts of data with the whole world for 5 years. It is not only the players who have accumulated experience and grown, but, unfortunately, due to cheating, BBS spamming, and the accumulation of negative energy from the internet, there are also servers hostile to humans. Quote, we are also fighting back with all our might, but Ray, I recommend you log out as soon as possible. Is it him, them? Rupika. This page summarizes several episodes. Episode 9 focuses on the Works Squad, which is always involved with the Mother Plan W. The episode introduces 3 plans and concludes with a directive to activate the Mother Plan W. Episode 10 involves an urgent message from the Karen Squad regarding an accident caused by a Grand Skull and the need for a financial settlement, followed by a request to send money. Episode 11 is split into 2 sections. Section 1, set at the 5th anniversary All-Night Crater Festival, features characters excited for the event and discusses part-time jobs and logging in times. Section 2 shows role-playing between characters and explores the dangers of encounters. This text describes 4 distinct episodes. Episode 4, Raguru's Hottest Story, features characters exploring a haunted cave, encountering unsettling phenomena, and using expressions like, hair is growing, and offering box W. Episode 5, A True, Scary Story of Raguru, presents a dark narrative with light extinguishing and a scary reveal, including Zugu-related references and intense reactions, concluding with a name succession sword generation. Zugu. Episode 6, Impassable Laser Fence, depicts characters struggling with a laser fence obstacle, marked by repeated mentions of the fence and frustrated dialogue. Finally, Episode 7, Heinous Team Metsugokudu, focuses on a competition with various rounds, Cake King, Chicken Race, and Fake Gamer Contest, featuring a decisive battle, and ending with a Chaos Jintakun character, followed by a celebratory Happy 5th Anniversary PSO message. This page depicts a 4-panel manga strip commemorating the 5th anniversary of PSO. Episode 1. Congratulations on the 5th anniversary of PSO's release. Special quests will be distributed, and special 5th anniversary commemorative items will be distributed. Excuse me, but for these items, we can't hold on to them for longer than this. I would die for Rico. Die. Where do red boxes drop from? The 4th PSO statue, Governor General Dillel, will be released. Bought. Forced to buy. Episode 2. Wounds can be healed in an instant like this. Never ever come back here again, please. We can't have skinship with the nurses. Episode 3. PSO 5th Anniversary. Congratulations. Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Giancarlo Montague. Today, I've tried challenging a new creation. Griswold suit, 7 stars. Kata-san, it's been 5 years since I started continuously making weapons from enemy bodies. Woohoo! A new model! Amazing! Regal suit, 7 stars. Enemies! Enemies have invaded the city! Episode 4. PSO 5th Anniversary. Congratulations! Everyone is wearing various team flags, aren't they? Whoa! Handwritten? Too much showiness. LV999. How about this? Let's decide on a cool team flag for ourselves too. Too deadly, overpowered, seasonal themes will soon be out of season. Please give me chocolate. I'll eat spring chocolate too. Ew, gross. Either way, it's seasonal stuff, going on a journey for a while. Yan. I tried arranging it. This page depicts Panel 10, Scene 2, Panel 10, Scene 3, and Panel 10, Scene 4. Panel 10, Scene 2, 3. Knowing the truth is, this is the Central Dome residential area. That's why I always turn back halfway. But but I really wanted to confirm it no matter what. Saying you're going to tell the people of Pioneer 2 the truth. I am a disqualified journalist. Not yet. Panel 10, Scene 3-2, Crow. Hey, I. Are you hurt, Noru? H. Hey. Panel 10, Scene 4. 4. What happened to the people? In the end, that's what I wanted to confirm. Right. We still don't know yet. Who? Fame? The power to know the truth that's there right now. The reason I became a hunter, what I wanted was, it's not something like that. Let's go! This page depicts Episode 8, Panel 8, Scene 1, Episode 9, Panel 9, Scene 2, Episode 9, Panel 9, Scene 3, and Episode 10, Panel 10, Scene 1. Episode 8. The name Noru is, what are you spacing out for? Because you are a newspaper reporter. Just because of favoritism and gossip information during commotion coverage. I don't think that's all there is to it, Noru. Since you came here first, exactly 1 month ago. Episode 9. 1. Hey. What? What are you saying? Today for sure, I'm going to cover it in much more detail. Come on, let's go. Hey, listen a little to what the hunter is saying. Episode 9. 2. Hey, oh. This is a life-threatening situation. Please don't die. Always doing reckless things. Even I and my colleagues were left behind in Radagaru. I understand that much. Episode 10. 1. Damn, I told you so. Hide. Weapon. Deliver. Yami. Rage. The text summarizes 4 episodes. Episode 5 involves a man and woman disagreeing about food, with the woman expressing annoyance and the man being dismissive. Episode 6 features a helmeted man and a blonde woman in a tense situation, with the man taunting the woman and discussing a Darbant threat. The woman accuses the man of sexual harassment, and they argue amidst chaotic battle-like scenarios. Episode 7 focuses on a weapon's name, with the blue-haired woman commenting on it, presenting options for why it's called what it is. Finally, Episode 8 Part 1 shows a conversation between a red-haired man and the blue-haired woman about their aspirations and identity. This manga page celebrates the 2nd anniversary of PSO Blueburst. It features several short episodes. Episode 1 has a red-haired woman announcing the anniversary to a crowd and promoting commemorative sweets. Episode 2 shows a pink robot character dealing with enemy parts, with a yellow character complaining about their origin and quality. Episode 3 features a cooking show, Ragul 3-Minute Cooking, with elves preparing a commemorative dish using ultimate materials and a giant wheat flour ant's body. Episode 4 introduces the magical girl Pai Chi, who appears in a quest, causing confusion and chaos with her nonsensical dialogue and launching a weapon described in a cute, yet odd, manner. The page concludes with a comical scene involving a rappy shopkeeper and someone lamenting being beaten to it. This text describes a series of game episodes. Episode 7 involves the player scattering Meseta currency, getting distracted, and being defeated by enemies. Episode 8 celebrates Valentine's Day with gift exchanges, though some are playfully sarcastic. Episode 9 depicts the protagonist receiving gifts on White Day, feeling pressured to reciprocate, and ultimately giving expensive return gifts. Finally, Episode 10 involves the player receiving more gifts and expressing excitement about their choices, seemingly related to finding items in a parallel area. This page presents 4 game episodes. Episode 3 depicts a soccer game, with a character named Robbie Kachan scoring a goal, experiencing the excitement and cheers. Episode 4 details a character's struggle during a diet marathon, with another character encouraging them through exhaustion. Episode 5 discusses party composition, character roles, and the desire for an all-female party, highlighting the leader's tardiness. Episode 6 focuses on a shinobi character, referencing a New Year's party with costumes and hidden skills, and a humorous exchange about who can wear certain outfits. This page showcases comic and then presents commemorative manga. What is introduced here are serialized webcomics published on the official website. These commemorate the 5th anniversary, December 2005, of the original PSO released for Dreamcast, and the 2nd anniversary, July 2006, of PSO BB released for Windows. This is the PSO 2nd anniversary commemorative manga by author Kazuki Shibuzome. Episode 1 is titled, Handsome Guy and Mohawk. Character 1. Bro, because of your face, you're handsome, but... Character 2. You have the same face as bro, huh? Character 1. Just the face, huh? Because of your face, being handsome is good, huh? Character 2. Popular, and handsome. But only the face, huh? Episode 2 is titled, New Ranger's Question. Also written as New Ranger's Question below the title. Character 1. Sensei, Kyleek, I have a question. Character 2. Question? Can you stop calling me Sensei? Character 1. That's not a question, it's just an example story, but Character 1. Sensei, if mate-type items were food requiring recovery, what would you do? Character 2. Huh? Character 1. I'd suck it up with my mouth and eat it. Character 2. Is that a question? Character 1. It's a question. Character 2. Wah 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 wah. Character 1. Kyleek Sensei's mouth. Character 1. Your presumptuous imagination will ruin you. This page showcases item designs categorized as weapons and shields. Honeycomb reflector. Rupika. Gold and silver shield surroundings are covered in photon. Derole the shield. Yomi Yori Rumono. Agastia. Telgus. It is a mag of glittering gold with the same texture as Excalibur. Seen from above, it's about this angle. Striker unit. MAG. MAGs are growth-type equipment items that support players. MAGs come in a wide variety of shapes, from enemy types to characters from other Sega software. But here we will introduce 3 types from among them. This page depicts item designs for weapons and shields. Sulfurino, wand type and its center section abbreviated. Kunai, talus type. Staff Brownie, wand type with creels. Genpei, DF shield. DF shields. 3 sealed. Shield. These are shield design drawings to protect the player, as you know, the appearance changes are limited to rare shields, so for some people, this illustration may be their first encounter. Unlike weapons, they are characterized by having fewer playful elements. This page depicts item designs for weapons. Phonon Mazer, launcher type. Canon Rouge, launcher type. Correo, cane type. Meteor Rouge, launcher type. It appears symmetrical at first glance, but it is an asymmetrical left and right model. This part on the left side has become a monitor. 90 degrees. 180 degrees. Siren glass hammer. Rod type. Glide Divine. Rod type. This page depicts item designs for weapons. Leonia, rifle type. Liarnov, 303 SNR, rifle type. L and K38 combat shot type. Dual bird, machine gun type. Milmald, machine gun type. Rambling May, shot type. Raju Defay, machine gun type. Raju Defay, not shot to go. This page depicts item designs for weapons. ITM weapon Jizai, Musashi series. Seirin Agito series. Gurin Agito series. Sacred Duster, Knuckle series. Opheliasis, handgun series. Heaven Striker, handgun series. Last Swan, handgun series. Master Raven. Handgun series. Tension Blaster. Handgun series. This page depicts weapon item designs. Ismaera, Slicer series. Till General Purpose Parasol, Partisan series. Vivienne, Double Saber series. Believer Slicer, Slicer series. Girasol, Double Saber series. Daylight Scar, Claw series. Raging Flames Fang, Claw series. This page depicts item weapon. Ramdarshian, Saber type. Flamberge, Saber type. Laconium Axe, Sword type. Daisy Chain, Sword type. Sanctum, Sancher, Partisan type. Zero Divide, Dagger type. Flapjack Flapper, Dagger type. Pattern reference. Matte texture with suppressed gloss. Long approximately equals around 180 centimeters. Heavy. Comparison. Light. Grip with anti-slip added. Dull glossy metal. Black. Cross-section. Things of this shape are combined. This page depicts item. So, BB refers to rare weapons that are normally difficult to obtain, rare shields, and only for 3 types of MAGs that change the character's appearance when equipped. Here, we will introduce such a variety of item design drawings. Please enjoy the detailed modeling of parts that are difficult to confirm on the screen. Weapon. This game. Players swing them around in the game. Various weapon design drawings, some CG models are also included. At the time of development, design drawings such as Christmas and Valentine's Day events were also available, and there are many rare items distributed at events and weapons, with a large element of playfulness in their design that stand out. PSO 5th Anniversary Appreciation Sword, Saber type. This gray part is part of the handle. Excalibur, Saber type. Gallatin, Saber type. Kusanagi, Saber type. Owner Commander Sword, Saber type. This page depicts enemies. Enemy, Boss. Santaramirian, Governor General's Office Quest Boss. Shambarutan, Teamanly Quest Boss. Konju, Rare Appearance Boss. This page depicts A Beast. Astark, A Beast. Marisei, A Beast. Dark Farce System. Biro Goron, Dark Farce System. Giruta Buriru, Dark Farce System. Goron. Dark Farce System. Phantasy Star Online, Blue Burst, Episode 4. This page depicts enemies. Sandrapi, native enemy. Dolphon Eclair, native enemy. Yui, native enemy. Buzz, native enemy. Zoo, native enemy. This page depicts enemy. Native enemy Protozoan. Here we introduce the CG models and setting illustrations of various enemies that appear in PSO BB Episode 4. By the way, the 3 boss enemies published on page 62 are 3 types of rare bosses that appear only in the Governor General's Quest, Team Quest Limited, and at low probability. There are probably not a few brave warriors who have fought against all of them. Buta, native enemy. Zirubuta, native enemy. Pabuta, native enemy. Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst Episode 4065. This page depicts players' characters. Player characters. F-Own, VM, Force, Snooman/male. FOMAR. Force/human/male. RA Cast. Ranger/android/male. FONEARL. Force/Newman/female Force, human/female, RACA seal, Ranger/android/female. This page depicts player characters. RMR, Rangers human/male, HU cast, Hunter/android/male, Humar, Hunter human/male, RMRL, Rangers humans female, HUCA seal, Hunter, androids female, HUN Earl, Hunter/Newman/female. This page depicts characters. Chapters. 등장. Sue, a female executive of the Black Paper Weapons smuggling organization who secretly manipulates players behind the scenes of incidents. Karen Greyheart. Equals. Karen Greyheart, a Raymar belonging to Works. She is Leo Greyheart's daughter, but has doubts about her father's actions. Gilliam, a former mercenary RA cast. As Karen's watcher, he spends his days in constant worry. Karik, AHU cast, who loves to fight and works as a cleaner for a smuggling organization. He has an alias called Hound. This page depicts character art for Leo, Rico, and Floen from Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst Episode 4. Leo Greyheart, former Space Military Mobile Infantry soldier, 32nd Division Works Captain, a dangerous man harboring ambitions of military power. Rico Tyrell, a hunter and scientist, also known as Tyrell's daughter. After the Central Dome explosion, her whereabouts are unknown. Floen, Heathcliff Floen, former Pioneer 1st Corps Vice Commander. He was experimented on due to D-factor excellence and became a victim of the Pioneer Project. This page depicts character art for Momoka, Tyrell, Montague, and Eleanor. Momoka is a girl in charge of quest reception at the Governor General's office. There is a rumor that she is also connected to the underside of the incident. Tyrell, Colin Tyrell, now. Known for his noble personality, he is the Governor General of Pioneer 2. He lost his daughter in a great explosion in the past. Montague, Giancarlo Montague. He boasts of the Governor General's office lab, a genius of bioengineering and a weapon engineer. He is one of the masterminds of the Obil incident. Eleanor Camuel, a Rochelle, with a laid-back personality. Created by Dr. Montague, she was once caught up in a military project. This page depicts character art for Bernie, Rupika, and Ash from PSO/BB Episode 4. Characters. From here, we will introduce illustrations of the characters that appear in PSO/BB Episode 4. Some of them only appear by name in Episode 4, and some of them also appeared in Episodes I and II, but all of them are important characters who greatly or slightly influence the story. Bernie, a diligent Raymar with a strong sense of duty. In Episode 4, he will be assigned to guard Rupika, along with Ash. Rupika, a Newman girl, who holds the key to the incident. Within her body, she possesses the power to control D-factors. Ash Kanan equals a young human who tries to protect Rupika. He has ability, but lacks opportunities to use it. 071. Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst Episode 4. This page depicts concept art for a location called Landscape Stage Planet Ragal. The page showcases the underground desert and desert setting. The main image illustrates the underground desert overall map. Below are additional views of the same location, labeled Underground Desert 2, Underground Desert 3, and Underground Desert 1. This page depicts concept art showcasing different views of a location named Crater Surroundings. These images appear to be further explorations of the underground desert setting on planet Ranagal, expanding on the previous page's descriptions. The main image is titled Crater Surroundings 8. The smaller images depict different perspectives of the same area and are labeled Crater Surroundings 7, Crater Surroundings 6, Crater Surroundings 10, and Crater Surroundings 9. This page depicts concept art of the crater surroundings in a desert landscape. featuring futuristic buildings, sparse vegetation, and rocky terrain under a twilight sky. The page title is Landscape, representing the stage planet Ragol. The main section title is A, which translates to Around the Crater. The smaller images are labeled as different views of A, specifically 3 crater surroundings 3, 2 crater surroundings 2, 1 crater surroundings 1, 4 crater surroundings 4, and 5 crater surroundings 5. This page depicts Crater 5, Crater 6, Crater 7, Crater 10, Crater 9, Crater 8. 075 Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst Episode I4. This describes the plot of Phantasy Star Online, PSO, Episodes 1 and 2. Episode 1, known as the Ragol Incident, begins after a massive explosion on planet Ragol that destroyed the central dome and wiped out the first immigrant crew. Players, as survivors on Pioneer 2, investigate this event, ultimately confronting Dark Faults, DF, the familiar boss from the Phantasy Star series, who orchestrated the explosion. Episode 2 takes place before the Ragol incident. Scientists on Pioneer 1 experimented on military officer Floen, who was exposed to DF and transformed into Orga Flow, absorbing all the people on Gal de Val Island. The player's goal is to defeat this entity. In the game, Episode 1 is played as Governor's Quest and Episode 2 as Labo Quest. This page depicts scenes from Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst Episode 4, including images of planets, possibly Ragol, space, and what appears to be a space station or ship under attack. The story of Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst Episode 4. Ragol Incident. The immigrant ship Pioneer 2 believed Ragol to be a new paradise and descended to the surface. However, what awaited them was a barren planet infested with dangerous creatures, Geigerfalks. However, that peace was suddenly broken. The surface became a major crisis as a gigantic meteoroid approached, threatening to destroy Ragol. Yes, when the meteoroid approached Ragol, Pioneer 2 and the hunters tried to destroy the meteoroid with laser cannons and missiles, but the meteoroid was too large to be destroyed by such attacks. Then, the meteoroid crashed into Ragol. The impact was greater than expected, and Ragol's surface was devastated, leaving behind a huge crater. What was waiting for the hunters, who went to investigate the Ragol crater, was the nightmare of Darkfalz's resurrection. And soon, the hunters will discover the truth. The Ragol crater is the new stage, and a new battle begins by the conspiracy of fate. This page depicts a visual book cover for Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst Episode 4, showcasing various characters from the game. Contents: 079. The story of Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst Episode 4. 077 Stage, Planet Ragol. 071 Characters. 065 Enemy. 061 Items. 053. Commemorative Manga. 053. PSO Second Anniversary 4, Panel Manga. Author: Shibuzome Kazuki. 050. PSO BB. Second Anniversary Manga. Author: AS2. 046. PSO 5th Anniversary Manga. Author: Kaneko Shinya. 034 Phantasy Star Online World Background. This page depicts a visual book cover for Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst Episode 4, showcasing a female character holding a glowing blue sword. Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst Episode 4.